Good day, my name is Odile Bartlett, and I'm the co-founder of H2O for All. Welcome to my home, welcome to my kitchen. I'm excited with this Share Drop Gala to be able to share with you one of my passions. And those who know me know that I'm very passionate about cooking and entertaining. Today, we're gonna make a teriyaki salmon served over a cucumber salad with a citrus dressing and microgreens. So let's get going. We're gonna start by making our teriyaki dressing. In a pot, you're gonna mix half a cup of brown sugar, half a cup of soy sauce. I use Bragg's because it's gluten-free and it's all natural. A quarter cup of apple cider vinegar, 2 cloves of grated garlic. And to grate the garlic, just grate it on a microplane, something like this. And if you don't want to do that, you can buy it already grated in a jar. About a tablespoon of fresh ginger, grated. I keep my ginger in the freezer. It grates easier and it doesn't go bad. You don't need to add salt. The soy sauce is salty enough. A quarter teaspoon of pepper. Then you're going to take a tablespoon of cornstarch and a tablespoon of water, and you're going to mix that together to make a slurry. And that will help your sauce thicken. I'm going to mix that here with a little whisk until the cornstarch and the water are mixed. And that's what we call a slurry. And we'll throw that in there. And to that, we'll add a quarter teaspoon of sesame oil. Perfect. From there, we'll take this to the stove and we'll bring it to a boil until it thickens. Over a medium-high heat. This shouldn't take too long. And it will come to a boil. The cornstarch will thicken it. Meanwhile, I have 4 salmon fillets here. Put them in a dish, an oven-safe dish, and I line the dish with foil because I don't like the cleanup of the caramelized sugar after. So, preheat your oven to 400 while this is coming to a boil. While this is coming to a boil, let me tell you a little bit about some of the other things I'm passionate about. I'm really passionate about people. I'm really passionate about the idea that people have value and worth regardless of where they are, where they're born, what color they're born, what their sexual orientation is, what their gender is. They all have worth and value just because they exist. And that worth and that sense of value was a founding passion behind getting H2O for All going. Knowing that people should have the same rights. People should have right to safe water worldwide. And that's what originally moved to Mutu and I to start H2O for All. And we're really passionate about that. We like to come alongside people. We like to journey with them. We like to get to know them, learn their culture. And often they know best what solution they need, so we listen and we engage with them and we develop solutions for safe water that they can own and manage and be proud of. We really believe in this equality. We believe in this African spirit of Ubuntu, which means I am who I am because of all we are together. And just like Desmond Tutu said, if I diminish myself, I diminish you. So let's not try and make ourselves better than others. We're equal and we all have value. So back to this sauce here that is slowly heating up. I'm gonna take a little whisk here to make sure that we don't get any lumps. And that soy sauce and cornstarch get dissolved. So this shouldn't take too long. Easy, quick, and you can impress your guests with this. Once it starts to boil, you want to cook it for about 30 to 45 seconds just to cook out the taste of the starch. You don't want the taste of that raw starch in the sauce. All right, so we are good. And I'm just gonna take out a 1/4 cup of it and I'm gonna leave it here. Then we're just gonna pour the rest of it right over our salmon. And we will put this in the oven now, our preheated oven at 400 degrees, and that will bake in the oven for between 8 and 10 minutes, depending how you like your salmon. I tend to like mine a little bit on the medium side, so 8 minutes for me will be fine. While that's in the oven, we're gonna start on our cucumber salad. And I'm gonna spiralize my cucumber for this. If you don't have a vegetable spiralizer, you can thinly slice your cucumber and that will work just as well. I leave the skin on because I like the different color and texture. I have a dressing here. It's 1 part rice vinegar, 1 part water, 1 part sugar, with a bit of coriander seed. You bring that to a boil. Once the sugar's melted, you put it in the fridge to refrigerate, and you just pour it over your cucumber. Slice 2 radishes for our garnish. And we're gonna throw some of the same little pickling spice to get these radishes pickling. So our salmon is cooking. We'll prepare our citrus dressing for our microgreens. You can use yuzu juice if you can find it. I'm using a combination of lime juice and orange juice, and the proportions will be online for that. So we're going to use 3 tablespoons of this juice for our dressing. There, 3 tablespoons. And we're going to use a tablespoon of lime juice. And I like to just press my lime over a sieve into a measuring cup. That way I don't get pulp in it, I don't get seeds in it. We're going to add 2 tablespoons of olive oil and a tablespoon of sesame oil. The olive oil will mellow out the taste of that sesame oil. You don't want to just use sesame oil because that will be too strong. Just whisk that briefly, add a bit of salt, and that will be the dressing for our microgreens when we're ready for them. All right, while our salmon is finishing up, our cucumber has marinated. We're gonna drain the cucumber. Save the dressing because you can reuse the dressing. Keep it in the fridge. It'll last for a couple weeks in the fridge. And we'll put this back in here. With a meat fork or a salad fork, you're going to take your strands of cucumber and you want to kind of get them nice and leave your fingers, untangle them, and against the bowl, turning away from you, you're going to keep turning the cucumber like you would spaghetti. You turn it, and then you can place that directly in the middle of your plate, like so. All right, our salmon is ready to come out of the oven. I'm going to get that out of the oven, and I will show you how to plate it. Let's get a piece of salmon out of here carefully. And we're gonna place that right on top of our cucumber salad. And wherever it lands, you don't wanna move it around once you've got it on there. So there it is. Chop just a little bit of fresh cilantro to throw into the dressing. You don't wanna hack it, you just want a sharp blade going through it. Throw that into our dressing. There we go. We're gonna take a bit of sesame seeds and we're gonna top our salmon with some sesame seed. We're gonna take some of those radishes that we pickled, just a few of them. You're gonna throw them around on your plate. Now we're gonna take our dressing and we're gonna lightly spoon some of our dressing around the edge of our plate. And we're going to top that dressing with some microgreens. Wherever it lands, again is where you're just gonna leave it. So very, very lightly spread that. There we go, perfect. And your plate is now ready to serve.